Big 3 basketball on CBS Sports is sponsored by Dove Men Plus Care Sport Care, designed for every position you play.
Howdy, welcome back to Kansas City, getting ready for Game 3 of the Big 3, and I'm joined by Kansas head coach Bill Self. Their resume is phenomenal, and I'll tell you, quite a scene here. Gary Payton, he owes you a drink, you owe him a drink. What's going on with that?
He lost the bet. We'll just leave it at that.
Was it on the golf course?
No, it wasn't. It wasn't on the golf course.
So, you know, you and I were talking a little bit before we came on camera. You said, man, this is awesome. These guys play hard. They respect each other. Pretty cool, right?
It is good. You know, I didn't know what to expect. It's my first time to see one of these, and came to watch, of course, Mario and Julian and Drew play, and I was pleasantly surprised how these guys get after it. Very competitive.
No doubt. All right, take us back. 2.1 seconds to go. Chalmers rises up, drains a triple, forces overtime. You guys beat Memphis, Derrick Rose's team. At that moment, as a coach, you're helpless when the ball's in the air. What are you thinking, man?
I said a few prayers, if that's possible, within a short period of time. What's up, Rio? But no, it's an unbelievable game, unbelievable moment, and you know, basketball's done so much for so many over time, and certainly Mario's made basketball something to remember at our place, for at least for the last decade.
Yeah, and obviously as a coach, you know, you're judged on wins and losses, but you're an educator, you're a mentor. I mean, it's got to be nice to see these young men, when they come on campus, you know, evolve into mature men who contribute to society and really do a lot of good.
Oh, there's no question. And Brandon Rush, I think, is playing tomorrow in Oklahoma City as well. But one of the things that amazed me is how many guys immediately came up to talk to me that I coached against, or just a respect amongst each other. And yeah, it's really, really nice. And it's great seeing these guys from where they started to where they are now.
By the way, Bill, we got to bounce here, but no pressure. We need 14 straight Big 12 titles. You got one little respite last year. Got to get back on the train, all right?
We got to get back on the train. Hopefully it'll be this year.
Bill, good seeing you, man. Thank you, Coach. Say hi to my boy Norm Roberts as well, and Freddie Q. Tell them both. All right, we'll come back to Kansas City and say Game 3 coming up right here on CBS.
The summer and displaying the best. It's the Big 3 on CBS.
Welcome back to Kansas City. It's the Big 3 here on CBS inside the Sprint Center. And we've got Tri-State getting ready to take on the three-headed monsters. And what a day it's been already. We started off with Three's Company, knocking off Bivouac, and then two of the best teams in the league in a great game as Power knocks off the triplets, no more unbeatens. Now we got Tri-State taking on the three-headed monsters. Brian Custer alongside Jim Jackson. And listen, these are just two teams here who have to keep winning. And Tri-State going to changing up the lineup here.
I mean, first of all, do I have any popcorn?
No, you're good.
I'm good. I just wanted to make sure they had popcorn. You finally shared some after 2 games, but both teams need to figure it out. I mean, Dr. J's team, they're right there. Maybe a lineup change to kind of get some momentum going to get their second victory. And then Gary Payton's team that didn't lose back-to-back games in, you know, 2 seasons.
Yeah.
Did that before. So now going back, Mahmoud, can he get hot? Rashard. These teams are not out of it, but losing today puts you further behind the 8 ball.
Absolutely. Let's get right to the rosters. They're brought to you by State Farm. And for Tri-State, no one has suffered more injuries than Tri-State. Nate Robinson, one of the co-captains, he's out. He's got a fractured eye. He's going to be out, he said, for the next couple of weeks. But this one is really the battle of the big man. Talking about Reggie Evans and Amar'e Stoudemire.
Well, they get it done in different ways. Reggie's going to battle you. He's going to be physical, going to entice you to get out of your game. Well, Amar'e is going to beat you from the outside, pick and roll. He can shoot the soft little jump shot on the baseline and also showing a depth touch with the jump hook inside. So they take care of their business. One is more physical than the other. Let's see who can win that battle.
Tri-State led by Dr. J. Let me tell you something. And can we get the shoes of Dr. J? My goodness. He's even got his own shoe brand, Jim Jackson.
That's when you know you smooth. I had a chance to spend time with Doc in China this year. We smoked a lot of cigars, right? But it's like he just walk on air, man.
Yes,
so
he
smooth.
does. And talk about one of the best coaches. How about the Hall of Famer, GP, Gary Payton, head coach of the Three-Headed Monsters. Three-Headed Monsters at 500, 2-2. Tri-State, 1-3.
And I think this is one of those games, excuse me, B, that Mahmoud needs to come out early and establish his jump shot. With that jump shot, it just opens up so many more things offensively, you know, for Three-Headed Monsters, and we haven't seen it as consistently as we saw it last year from Mahmoud.
Well, the Three-Headed Monsters, one of the things they said is they got to have better starts. They certainly have not started games well, and Rashard Lewis has told me yesterday, he said, I put it on myself. He said, I think we've been doing a lot of pick and rolls with Reggie Evans, but I want to do more pick and rolls with Mahmoud Abdul-Rauf so that he can get on the scoreboard and I can get my team off quicker.
Well, part of it, too, if you talk to Gary Payton, he's going to tell you, yeah, we missed some shots early, but it's defensively where we really get off to a slow start, allowing teams to get easy baskets, easy layups, and now we're playing from behind.
There's Rashard Lewis right on cue. Pick and roll with Mahmoud Abdul-Rauf, knocks it down. We're tied up at 2. Here's Robert Height. Pull up, strong. Rebound, Reggie Evans. Reg, backing down, Corsley Edwards.
Of course, he pushed him at the, but he pushed him underneath on the shot. And great recovery this time by Robert Height. Mahmoud had the advantage, but the quick closeout. You know, one thing Reggie Evans does too, if you're guarding him because he plays so physical, even when he's on the offensive end, you have to figure out ways to maintain your poise and cool. Because the minute you start to try to go back and be as physical with him, you're falling into his mental mindset of getting you out of your game, and then the advantage goes to Reggie.
2-point lead for the Three-Headed Monsters. Yakhouba Diawara. And they're going to call a foul on the floor. We take a look at the standings here in the league. No more unbeatens as Power knocked off the triplets. A couple of teams, those two at 4-1. You see Killer Threes and the Enemies tomorrow in Oklahoma City here on CBS.
You know, coming down the back half of this schedule, how important it is to take care of your business and put yourself from a seeding perspective in the playoffs where you need to be. And again, a lot of teams are bunched up. A lot of teams are dealing with some injuries. We understand it's part of the game. So you just have to figure out where, if you're the teams at the top, to keep that momentum going.
Here's Robert Height, knocks down the jumper. He can shoot it. 2-point lead for the Three-Headed Monsters.
Cincinnati native had 4 points last week. Just got activated because of the deactivation of, you know, Jermaine O'Neal and Bonzi Wells. So good pickup. He's familiar with the league by playing before, so he understands it. And now he's being rewarded right here with the start today.
They give it in to Corsley Edwards. Working on Reggie Evans.
Good
left
pace.
hand, and lays it in.
Well, good pace, and he played off of Reggie. As soon as Reggie, he was waiting, and as soon as Reggie took that reach with his right arm, now he's off balance. Of course, he went right around and was able to get inside the lane.
Mahmoud Abdul-Rauf, shot is short. Diawara knocks down the jumper.
KYG, man, know your game. Diawara right there, able to get 15 feet off the dribble, rhythm, knock it in.
This is his first season in the Big Three. Working on Rashard Lewis. Rashard draws the foul.
Everything was right until the end. Diawara right here in great position. But then watch at the end, the reach right there.
And that's Diawara's second foul. One more on him. He'll have to sit the rest of the first half. Rashard missed that free throw, 1 for 3. Here's Robert Height open for 3. It's short. Mahmoud. Good ball fake. Don't give that man space.
Hey, listen.
Kids, Google Chris Jackson.
Yeah, some things don't get old, like that pump fake and his ability to gather, regather, and knock it in.
Robert Height to the rack. 2-point lead for Tri-State, who certainly switched up the lineup. They've got Jason Richardson and Amar'e Stoudemire sitting on the bench.
Basic fundamentals. See a defender come at you, pump fake, look at him a little bit, get the puppy set, splash. Once again, there it is, the patience, but not being straight up and down, allow Mahmoud to get right back into his shot.
Amar'e Stoudemire checks right in. Reggie Evans goes right at him. Smart. Spins and lays it in.
A smart move. Stat is still a little cold coming in off the bench, and why not test him right now by putting the ball down low?
We're tied up at 10. Diawara, the 3, short. Here's Reggie Evans. Amar'e, fall away. That's good. 2-point lead for Tri-State, thanks to the 3rd leading scorer in the Big 3, Amar'e Stoudemire. Spin, turn, fade, cash. Big 3 here on CBS. Watch the CBS Evening News with Nora O'Donnell. Trust matters. In Kansas City, Tri-State with a 2-point lead over the 3-headed monsters. I tell you what, since we are in Kansas, Mario Chalmers, oh, he's known around here, especially for this shot in the championship game in 2008 that sent the game into overtime. And of course, Kansas won the national championship. Bill Self as head coach. And hey, by the way, Rio is with our BT.
Hey, look who it is. Certain people never have to reach into their pocket when they come to certain cities, and this guy's one of them. You're a legend. How's it feel to be home, man?
That feels great. You know, being back in front of these Kansas City fans and the Kansas Jayhawk fans, it's something I always wanted to do again.
You got a phenomenal ovation. I was talking to your coach, Billy Self. He's over there before. I said, Coach, 2.1, Chalmers rises up. What are you thinking from the coach's point of view? He told me. What were you thinking?
I knew it was going in. I mean, he told me in the huddle, get the ball to Rio and let him do what he do. And, you know, my teammates put me in good position. It's a shot that we've been working on every day in practice. So when the time came, it was like practice.
Never doubt. Time to go splashing, right?
Definitely time to do that.
That's a great moment in NCAA history. Good to see you, pal. Welcome home. Guys, back to you.
All right, thanks. Hey, you know what? We were driving over here, Jim. That shot and that image of Rio is on a building here in Kansas City.
Well deserved, because the coaches know you best, and they put his team in a great situation in order to get into overtime and win the championship. You talking about being a winner. He may not get the accolades in his pro career, but winning that national championship, but then also being a champion in the NBA, places him above and beyond a lot of people like myself who played this game. You aspire to win at every level. He won at the high school level, won at the college level, and he's won at the pro level.
Good move by Reggie Evans. Couldn't finish. Here's Height. Gets the screen from Stoudemire. Mahmoud knocked it away. Diawara, the jumper, short.
Excellent defense on that last possession by Mahmoud.
He'll pull up on Stat. Got him. This is the 5th tie here in the first half. We're all knotted up at 12. Robert Height. Left hand. He'll go to the line and shoot 1 for 2.
we go back and play, this is what made Mahmoud so tough. See how much space he clears off the pick and roll because he's so patient utilizing that pick and roll, knowing that when you have a guy like Rashard that can pop, or you got a big body like Reggie Evans that's going to create the space. Now it's just incumbent upon you to be patient, allow it to happen, and then get to your spot so you can get into rhythm and pull up for that jump shot.
Robert Hyde will go to the line. He'll shoot 1 for 2. Missed it. Mahmoud. Inside to Larry Sanders, who just checked in. The running hook, got it. Two-point lead for the three-headed monsters. First team to 25, we go to the half. Stoudemire's calling for it, he's got it. Working on Reggie Evans. Little bump, that one rolled out. Nope. And Reggie lost it. Jason Richardson and Mario Chalmers will check in.
No better feeling than coming back where, you know, your legendary status was made. Never forget that.
Here's Jason Richardson, seeing his first action. In the post, Diawara working on Tre Simmons. Jason Richardson missed the follow-up dunk. He's still got spring in them legs, and so does Amar'e Stoudemire. Count it and one.
Yeah, and sometimes you can do everything right. Three-headed monsters hustle, they scrap, they knock the ball away. But sometimes the ball bounces the other way, and it did for Tri-State right here. Amar'e able to pick it up, and Sanders with the swipe down commits the foul.
Here's Stat. Completes the three-point play. Stat, third leading scorer in the Big Three. Chalmers misses. Jason Richardson spins, stripped, and a foul.
Chalmers was there. Nice cutoff, but it's the reach right there in the backside twice. He kind of picked up that foul.
Jason Richardson had a season-high 20 last week for Tri-State. This is the free throw. 1-point lead for Tri-State, though. And Tre Simmons. Sanders up top.
I'm telling you, with 3-on-3, you got to communicate those picks early. If you don't, you're not going to be in a position because you don't have weak side help in that time. Tri-State able to take advantage. I mean, three-headed monsters able to take advantage of that.
Diawara stripped by Chalmers.
No. It shouldn't have been no, it was a turnover. It shouldn't be a shot clock violation.
He's going to say, three-headed monster's going to say, look, we got to strip.
Yeah.
And so why is there a shot clock violation on us?
Yeah. Well, first of all, Sanders should have made the layup. Okay.
Yeah, absolutely.
You avoid all of that, but the correct call here is offensive. Tri-State has the possession here offensively. They don't get it up. It's a turnover. Three-headed monsters has a chance for the layup, so they corrected it.
Here's Tre Simmons. Sanders on the post.
Beautiful
cut. Oh, nice. To Tre Simmons, and he lays it in. How'd he get that one to go?
Hey, but listen, cut and pass. I mean, it's easy. And this, I'm telling you, if you do more of that, of the quick pass and then cut, you're going to have the advantage to be able to sneak inside. And even if you don't get the ball right here, okay, beautiful backdoor cut, I mean, off the pick and roll. If you don't get it, you suck the defense down. Now the offensive player has the advantage to go one-on-one.
Here's Stoudemire. Shot clock violation, they say. Keep in mind, 14-second shot clock, so you got to get it up.
Yep. Well, that's why it's important that you get into your offense. If you're going to run a set, you get into it early. 14 seconds, as you know, B, comes quick.
Simmons misses the three. Jason Richardson knocks down the triple. We're all tied up at 18. First team to 25, we go to the half. Chalmers. Sanders calls for it.
Oh, great recovery by Rich.
Sanders got it back, contested. Here's Jay Rich now. Stoudemire, yes. Two-point lead for Tri-State. Chalmers to Sanders, who lost it, tips it out to Tre Simmons. The three, got it. 1 point lead, three-headed monsters. Back and forth we go.
Sometimes it's about being in the right place at the right times. Off the deflection, Tre Simmons able to find himself wide open for that three shot.
Jay Rich knocked away, got it back. Diawara open for three, missed it. Sanders will clear the board. Chalmers. He misses the three. Stat! And he'll go to the line. He'll shoot 1 for 2. So Amar'e Stoudemire go to the line, shooting 1 for 2. Had 13 points last week. He's got 7 points here tonight. Misses that free throw, costly. Three by Simmons.
Reggie's fight down low.
Yes, he is. Basketball belongs to the three-headed monsters. Reggie Evans is a beast on those boards. Here's Tre Simmons. He'll pull up off the screen.
Reggie Evans.
Reggie Evans there. Jason Richardson, though, grabs it. Robert Height, open for three. Yes.
Little miscommunication on the backside by three-headed monsters, not identifying who they were guarding. Robert Height smartly positioned himself right behind that corner three, able to knock it in.
Here's a bump by Height.
And keep your eye here. Reggie Evans pointing, talking, nobody's there. Simmons is back. Riel didn't know where to go, so Height making him pay for it. Miscommunication.
Here's Tre Simmons inside to Reggie Evans. Challenged by Amar'e Stoudemire. Height missed the bunny. We would have went to the half, he would have laid it in. Jay Rich in and out. Stoudemire, and he'll go to the line.
And Reggie Evans not too pleased with the series of events on the last couple of possessions. One where he thought on his offensive side he got fouled, and this one finds himself in pretty good position, but Amar'e Stoudemire gets the offensive rebound and picks up the foul.
Two-point lead for Tri-State. Tomorrow, we head to Oklahoma City. You got the Aliens and the Ghost Ballers trilogy. They've been coming on, taking on the enemies. Another really good team led by Gilbert Arenas, Royce White. And then you've got the Ball Hogs taking on the Killer Threes. You can see that game on the CBSSports.com. Big Three basketball here on the network tomorrow from Oklahoma City. Three-headed monsters coming off 2 consecutive losses. Tri-State lost to the triplets last week, so both of these teams in desperate need of a victory. Here's Amar'e Stoudemire, shooting 1 for 2. This couple of weeks ago, he had a tryout for 12 NBA squads. Knocks it down, and we're going to the half. Stoudemire, 9 points off the bench. Tri-State, they end the first half on a 7-0 run. And they've got a 4-point lead here at the half. The three-headed monsters trying to prevent dropping their 3rd straight. That's the end of our first half. Our score, Tri-State 25, three-headed monsters 21. We'll return to KC right after these messages. Welcome back to Kansas City. It's the Big Three here on CBS. We're at the half as Tri-State with a 4-point lead over the three-headed monsters. Hello, everyone. Brian Custer alongside Jim Jackson. And, Jim, you look at that first half, 9 lead changes and 4 points. It's the largest lead we've seen here in this first half.
Well, change up in the lineup, I think, brought a different energy, a different look, a different mentality. It allowed Tri-State to kind of get out to a better start. And with that, now when you bring in Jay Rich and Amar'e Stoudemire, they get a chance to see the flow of the game and contribute to what the starters did. So, excellent half. I think for Tri-State, understanding what they needed to do. Now, can they keep the momentum knowing that three-headed monster is going to make a run out?
Well, if they're going to make a run, that means Reggie Evans. He's a guy, energy guy, hustle guy, especially on the boards, and you saw some of that in the first half.
Well, it's more so his energy of keeping possessions alive defensively, not allowing his opponent to have an advantage, and then, you know, providing a little spark just with energy to his team. And he, you know, first half, 8 rebounds and 6 points. What you count on him for is defensively doing things very special and keeping, again, those offensive possessions alive.
And the head coach of the three-headed monsters, the Hall of Famer, GP, Gary Payton. He's with BT.
All right, because generally when this guy starts chirping, whoever he's chirping to doesn't get many words in because he's usually doing most of the chirping. You were chirping before. What was going on with the refs there?
Well, we're just telling the refs that, you know, we can't make up calls. You know, if you miss a call, just go and play and just call the right call. The last play, Reggie got pushed in his back, and then it changed the momentum of our game. They gave them a free throw, and then they got the ball back, and then they closed out the half. You can't do that. If he's going to push, call the call. Then you make it up some other time. Don't do it right now.
They didn't say much back, though.
That's okay.
Does that mean they're wrong?
I mean, I don't know what it means, but they just listen, and I hope they're listening to the right thing.
I hear you. By the way, you know, we're going to let you go. Busy time. Thank you, Gary. Appreciate it. Guys, back to you. He was fired up, man. He was fired up, boys.
He gave you that look, too.
Yeah,
Big T. He gave you that look.
Let me get it back to the booth. We're not here, GP.
Here's the Monsters down 4. They go to Rashard Lewis. He was the MVP of this league 2 years ago. Off the glass, Rashard Lewis, even with the push.
Yeah, despite the physical play that time by Diawara, the patience of Lewis allowed him to kind of sneak it between that open gap and get inside and finish.
Robert Height splits the double team, pulls. No. Fouls on the floor. And it's on Corsley Edwards. And how about Gary? Complaining does dividends for you, huh?
Come out and get the first call. I mean, a little push in there. I mean, officials, keep in mind, officials want to get the plays right. So they're going to take into account, see a foul right there again, going to Rashard Lewis. Take into account what the coaches say on both sides of the ball, talk among themselves, and look at it. Again, you know, you call what you see. And I think all coaches and players what they want is just the consistency of the call.
Here's Rashard Lewis, down 2. Little bump, fake, drive, pull up, yes! Rashard Lewis. And he talks to Diawara, and we all tied up now. Oh, look at that. I love it. I love when they start chirping.
Me too, but the thing Diawara can't buy into is he's trying to play more physical with Rashard, okay, which is fine. But as soon as you begin to play physical, your body and your momentum is going to keep you off balance, and that's going to give the advantage to Lewis, okay? Because you're trying to push and shove, and once you lean, a smart and intelligent player like Lewis is going to make you pay.
There's a block by Rashard Lewis, and Reggie Evans lays it in, and the Monsters now with a 2-point lead.
And you don't want to poke the bear either. You did say there's a former MVP, a guy that can just put up buckets. So if you start poking the bear, he's going to figure some things out and take that honey from you. See, not only did you make Rashard Lewis a little pissed off right here on the offensive end, defensively he said, okay, I can also do this thing too.
Offensive foul on Tri-State. So three-headed Monsters basketball, and Amar'e Stoudemire now checks back in. And they go right back to Rashard Lewis. Here's Sweet Lou. Pull up three. Short. How about Reggie Evans? Steps right in. We got a tie-up. Oh, the intensity is ramped up here in KC. It's as hot as it is outside. 106 it is here in Kansas City.
You know Reggie. Hey, come on, at some point, again, his energy, but his competitive nature, he's going to explode and show that emotion.
Here's Rashard Lewis. In the lane. Missed it. It'll remain with the three-headed Monsters. Mahmoud. Ball fake, pull, too strong.
Yeah, but I don't know why he didn't pull the first one. He had it when he came off the initial curl, the jump shot. Maybe he didn't feel he could get his feet set to go up for the shot, but that hesitation allowed Robert Height to get back into play and contest that shot.
Here's Jason Richardson, the Amar'e Stoudemire, and he goes right to the rack. We're tied up again. Nine ties so far in this game. Here's Reggie with 5 on the shot clock. Got it. Reggie now with a double-double. 10 points, 10 boards for the Monsters.
If you look at the scouting report, you want to force Reggie Evans to knock down jump shots. You don't want him getting that body into the lane and stack. Reluctant to go out. Reggie Evans capitalized.
Height lost the ball and his footing. Two-point lead here for the Monsters. First team to 50 wins. You got to win by 2. Good strip by Stoudemire. Pull up. Too strong. Oh, what a block by Amar'e.
They're getting physical.
Amar'e Stoudemire.
Think you got a layup? Nope. Nope.
And Robert Height caps it off with the jumper.
Yeah, you know, this game is going to turn physical, but the winner of this game is going to be the smart one that understands that we can't get caught up into whether the official calls or doesn't call, the physical nature. Just continue to play. Let the other team get caught up in all the other stuff.
They're going to call goaltending on that?
Yeah, I think so. Take a look right here. You know, if we're playing in Europe, it'd be good. You know, you can do this, knock it off the rim. But we're not. We're in Kansas City, baby.
Yakhouba Diawara looking to check back in. for Tri-State. Here's Stoudemire to Jay Rich for three. That's off to the left.
Fade just a little bit.
Stat is right there for the follow-up.
Now, Reggie got caught watching the shot go up, and that allows Stat to get in front of him to get that offensive rebound. One of those mistakes you really don't see from Reggie Evans, especially when it comes to defensive rebounding.
So here's Stat shooting 1 for 2. The 11th tie of this game. Knotted up at 31. Mahmoud misses the jumper. Jay Rich. Stat with 5 now. Good defense by Mahmoud Abdul-Rauf.
Who had the advantage on the perimeter was Mahmoud. That time, with 5 seconds, Amar'e could have easily backed him down 2 dribbles and pull right over the top. But once he tried to put it on the deck, a couple of dribbles, now you're eating into the shot clock. You feel like you have to rush something. Abdul-Rauf did his job on that defensive stance.
Chalmers will check back in. Diawara commits the foul on Rashard Lewis, who was posting him down low.
Well, Diawara has the strength. Lewis has the savvy. And it paid off right there by picking up that foul.
Here's Chalmers, 5 on the shot clock. Splits it.
Oh, great D.
Oh, and gets tied up trying to split it.
Great D.
And we already said he's getting chippy.
Well, 2 teams that need a win.
Yeah,
I mean, you know, we're talking about heading on the backside of this and putting yourself in playoff contention, and the screen is set. You call it, Diawara or Stat, the tie up. You know, as you start to get on this back end of it, and your season hasn't gone the way you want, but you still see an outside chance if you can get some momentum. It means a lot. This game is important.
Sanders misses the 3. Here's Corsley Edwards. Spins. Nice. They say side out of bounds. Foul on the floor. Not on the shot.
Both teams with 4 fouls, so again, we always talk about it and point it out, Brian, that you want to get yourself in the penalty, take advantage of if you make the shot to retain the possession.
Here's Chalmers now. Rashard Lewis sets the screen. Chalmers going downhill. Euro step, missed it. Put up and in by Jason Richardson. Here's the bump by Edwards. Well, we talked about no one has experienced as much injuries as this Tri-State squad. Jermaine O'Neal, he got released. Now, he had a heart issue as well. Bonzi, he got deactivated as well, released. And then just last week, Nate Robinson suffers a fracture in his eye. And he told us he's going to be out for at least a couple of weeks.
I mean, it's part of the game, unfortunately, because Jermaine was such an integral part.
He was.
Bonzi had the blood clot issue last year. He had the hamstring this year. And then you kind of your fire plug again, and Nate Robinson and what he can bring to the table. You have to figure out ways to fight through it unconventionally, kind of reconstruct your offense, what you want to run.
Stat hack down in the post. Tri-State looking for their second victory of the season. Three-headed monsters on a 2-game losing streak. It's the first time in franchise history for them that they've dropped back-to-back games. Gary Payton's squad. Four-point lead for Tri-State. We'll take a break. Stoudemire's got 15. Tri-State up 4 over the Monsters.
Big 3 basketball on CBS Sports is sponsored by Toyota. Let's go places. VH1 Basketball Wives. New season. Check your local listing. And by State Farm. Talk to an agent today at 800-STATE-FARM.
Welcome back to Kansas City. 4-point lead for Tri-State. Well, tonight on CBS begins with the $1 Million Mile, followed by back-to-back editions of 48 Hours. It's tonight and only on CBS. 4-point lead, that ties the biggest and the largest lead thus far. That entry pass knocked out of bounds.
Yeah, but tough pass. I mean, Amar'e had Sanders sealed. Jay Rich just lobbed it too far above and more towards the middle of the court instead of the baseline. Oh!
Here's a push off and a charge on Jason Richardson.
We saw a lot of that with Mario Chalmers during his days at Miami, where he filled in on the backside, helped, took a lot of charges. I mean, all those little things are important when you win a championship. The big name players kind of get the headlines, but it's the role players that really, I think, ensure that those superstars can, at the right time, at the right moment, can make big plays. But it's the core group of guys that ultimately win you championships.
Here's the good thing for both of these squads. Both teams in the bonus. So that means when they make free throws, they get the basketball back, just like there. As Mario Chalmers knocked down the free throw, took it to the hole. He'll go down for the opportunity to shoot again. If he can knock down 1 for 2, they continue to have the basketball.
You know the difference, too. First week when he played, he looked a little slow, kind of trying to get his rhythm, maybe not in the best of shape. But the last few weeks, Mario has looked a lot better. He's looked quicker off the dribble. His explosion is kind of there when he goes to the rim to finish. So, again, dedicating himself to get in better shape has allowed him now to be more effective.
And that 4-point deficit is gone, and they got him with the carry. Yep.
Oh, yeah. He was tricky with it, but got caught.
Yep. Tied up at 35. First team to 50 wins it. You got to win by 2. Here's Edwards. That's way strong. Reggie Evans.
You put them both together.
I did.
They've been battling so hard. They've been intertwined anyway. Might as well, right?
Here's Rio, and he comes up again. How about this? He's going to the line again.
Reggie Evans right there with the save. And Chalmers able to get it.
Boy, you don't let nothing pass. I swear.
What are you talking about? What do you mean?
My partner,
I am your partner. Partners do this. You know what I'm saying? We can take and go back and forth at each other and have a great time at it. You know, it just happened to be your day. You know, next week it might be my day. Right. Trust me, I'm open. I'm gonna give you ammunition.
All of Chalmers' points have come from the line. All 6.
At that one. Oh.
At that one, and another offensive foul.
I think Reggie pushed Edwards. Let's see at the end of the play, or was Reggie pushed Amar'e, right?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Come on, that's
absolutely.
Hey, man, and those little bumps, when you're standing straight up and you get hit like that in the back, I mean, that quick jerk, you may not feel it now, but you feel it later. Like, I don't remember getting hit in the back, but it was that screen that Reggie hit you with that threw you off.
Stat knocks down the free throws. He's got 17. We're tied up at 37 again. First team to 50 wins. You got to win by 2. Both teams in the bonus. Tri-State keeps the basketball. Here's Stat now. Working on Sanders. Spins in the lane. Stripped. Reggie and Stat get tied up. Oh. Nothing wrong with a little bumping and grinding there in the post.
Stat, one-on-one. Clearly a foul there. And the second part of that foul, and then Reggie.
And I think that was Amar'e saying, where was my foul?
Exactly, yeah. I mean, he got fouled twice. There's the first right there, and the second one. And, you know, the frustration part of not getting a call, he wasn't going to let Reggie Evans just have a layup.
Here's Reggie Evans now. Working on Corsley Edwards. Edwards lays it in. 2-point lead for Tri-State. 11 points away from victory. Chalmers calls for the screen. Pull for three. Sanders. Chalmers inside. Sanders lays it up and in.
Great play. It'd be interesting to see, too, how long Coach Payton chooses to keep Rashard on the bench. I know both teams are 11 points away from, you know, securing a victory, but let's see when he decides to make that move to bring Lewis back in the game.
Edwards knocks down the jumper. 9 points away from victory is Tri-State. In their second on the season. Three-headed monsters at 500 at 2-2. Rio, the step back. Sanders, offensive glass.
Did he lose it on it? Right inside Sanders here. Let's see. Once the ball is done. Yeah, it's off him. I thought maybe it may have hit Stat's foot, but no.
You called it. Rashard Lewis is checked back in for the Monsters.
Yeah. You don't have to be a rocket science for that one. You know, you want to get your best player back on the court.
Stoudemire has got to force it up.
You'll take a look at this because I think it went off of Evans.
Tri-State and Dr. J have a challenge if they want it. And the refs discuss it and they say white ball.
Yeah, take a look right here. One, yeah. Richardson did initially touch it, but then Evans is the one that knocked it out of bounds.
So it's a 2-point lead for Dr. J's squad in Tri-State, led by Amar'e Stoudemire. He's got 17 in the game, Jack.
Well, he's a little upset with the physical nature of Reggie Evans, but he's not letting it deter him. Kind of getting to his spots, picking his angles in which he wants to attack, whether that's a jump shot off the dribble, finishing inside. And now on the defensive end, that was a little anger and authority of taking that, what could have been an easy two from Evans, taking it away.
Two-point lead for Tri-State. Three-headed monsters on a two-game losing streak. First time for them in franchise history. Tri-State have made 6 of the last 8 buckets. They go to Jason Richardson. He was trying to get it to Amar'e Stoudemire, but he was fouled on the pass.
Yeah, that time Reggie Evans right in between, but the reach, because Amar'e was open on the backside. So actually, you took away an easy two. Watch Amar'e right there. The reach by Evans. Richardson had his eyes on him. Now can he get to the line and convert?
Bucket's good. 10,825 have come out here to the Sprint Center in Kansas City to watch Big 3 basketball.
And we appreciate it. We appreciate the support.
Jay Rich appreciates that as he lays it in. Tri-State 5 points away from victory.
Yeah, but here it is. The starters got you where you need to be now. Jay Rich and Amar'e Stoudemire are trying to finish this thing, but not going to be that easy with Lewis still on the court.
Rashard knocks down that three. Here's Jay Rich. Gets the screen from Stat. Stoudemire turns, going. Whoa! That's Amar'e! as Sweet Lou knocks down the jumper.
Can we get a dead ball or something so we can go back and play the highlight of that?
Oh, my.
It reminds me of our days when I was in Phoenix, man, and seeing him take off and put his opponents at bay.
5 on the shot clock. Corsley Edwards, the air ball. Reggie Evans lays it in. Lead is just 1.
It's a loose ball foul here that takes away the basket. Corsley Edwards with a $20 move, $10 shot. You know what I mean? But the push right there takes away what could have been an easy 2 by Reggie Evans.
So point game could be here. 47-44 is our score. They take the points off the board. Here's Rashard Lewis. Got the thing. Oh! Rashard Lewis. Count the 3. He will go to the line to shoot 1.
Well, we talked about game winners. Just take a look. The pump fake. Amar'e.
Oh, did the foot on the line,
The foot on the line. Yeah, I mean, again, how hard it is to stay disciplined to not go for the pump fake, and the foot is on the line.
Oh. That right foot
right there. Yep.
My goodness.
But here's the thing. Make the free throw. What happens?
You get the basketball.
You get the basketball. So you didn't get the maybe the chance at the 4-point play you were looking at, but you do, if you make it, put yourselves in the position to with a 3-point shot, it wins, or you can get a 2 and maybe pick up a foul, get it the old-fashioned way.
And he missed the free throw.
And Reggie lost it.
Reggie Evans is asking Gary Payton to challenge it, take another look.
Well, it just shows you how important each possession is late in the game. To be able to have a review to ensure that the correct call was made.
Reggie says one of the Tri-State players kicked it.
Of course, he gonna say that.
Yeah, you're right.
Of course, I would too. Because you never know with the replay what may happen. Let's take a look. He just throws Amar'e down to the ground. He touches it.
Right.
Richardson touches it. That may be off of, I think that's Jason's foot on the inside right here, right there, that black.
Oh, yes,
I think that's inside of right there.
But that's, you saw Stoudemire says, how's he going to just throw me to the ground?
Exactly. But a lot of it, too, his momentum was going backwards, Amar'e's. So even with a little pull like this, not a lot, his momentum was already taking him down.
So it will be.
It should be three-headed monsters ball, but they kept it with Tri-State.
Yeah, they're going to give it to Tri-State. How about that? Jay Rich for 3, the win! Missed it.
A great D right by Rich. 8 seconds.
4-pointer can win it.
He thought about it.
He did. Here's Rashard Lewis, the drive. Missed it.
Guess who?
Reggie, the fall. Rejected by Amar'e. Robert Height. Ball fake. 3. Missed. Jay Rich. Oh! Robert Height wins it for Tri-State. What a finish.
And I was going to say, you don't really need the 3, maybe drive it. That's why I'm glad I kept my mouth shut. Because Robert Height, in his second game, impacted at the beginning by knocking down shots, putting this Tri-State team in a position that they felt comfortable winning. And at the end of the game, after missing that 3-point attempt, Jay Rich saw him open. Little bobble, but he was able to gather on balance On time, game time.
15 ties, 14 lead changes. Robert Height says, let's go home, and he's with our B team.
Never doubt, all net, look pure from the moment you let it go. How'd that feel, man?
Felt great, man. Felt great to be out here, great to be back in the Big 3. And that's what he put me in the game for, to knock it down. So thank God it went in. We needed that.
1 and 3, you know, 2 and 3 versus 1 and 4, big difference.
Big difference. You know, we're trying to get in the playoffs. And it's a fight right now. It's bunched up right now. A lot of teams 2 and 3. We got to get wins.
I love it. Great job, man.
Thank you, man.
That's what you get here at the Big 3. You get buzzer beaters, you get dunks. How about Stoudemire throwing back about 10 years ago? What a game.
10 points for Robert Height and a game winner for Jim Jackson and Brandon Tierney and our entire crew. I'm Brian Custer. Tonight on CBS begins with the $1 Million Mile, followed by back-to-back editions of 48 Hours. This has been a presentation of CBS Sports in association with the Big 3. Thanks for watching, everyone.